Hi, welcome to another episode of Suburb Insights. We're in Bellpost Hill in Geelong today. Hi James.
Hi Sharon, how are you going?
Resident expert in Geelong, James here again with me, and I'm going to pick his brain with some stats and figures on Bellpost Hill. What's the current median in Bellpost Hill?
It's sitting around 412,000, Sharon, for housing stock.
Is that all-time high?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, when was the last peak?
Last peak was around 2011, 2012.
Okay, and what growth have we had since then?
I've had about 29% growth.
Okay, so still room for some more
Yeah,
growth,
certainly,
definitely.
yeah.
So tell me a bit about the suburb. What sort of houses are you going to find?
So you might be able to see around us a lot of brick dwellings here. So that's sort of 1950s, 1960s stock around here. So all on relatively good sized blocks, a lot of them being, say, that low to mid 600 square metre in size. So really good stock and lots of good future redevelopment potential in properties in this suburb.
Yeah, great, and maybe even some renovation potential as well. So some
yeah, really good value upside,
Upside,
capacity, and a lot of the properties in Bellpost Hill.
Excellent. All right. So what's demand doing? What's the average visits per property on realestate.com.au?
Sitting around 1,100 visits on average. And that's compared to the national average of 730.
Victorian average.
Apologies.
So well above that. So high demand.
Yeah, high demand.
What about days on market?
Days on market sitting around 27. So again, 27 days on market, pretty reflective of a standard auction campaign, being around that 4 week for the residential properties down here, 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, and quite similar to other suburbs that we invest in quite a lot.
Excellent. Okay, so key takeaways for this one. It's only had 29% growth in 7 years, so definitely room for movement. Family suburb. Actually, I note that the owner-occupying rate in this suburb is 80%, so that would be reflective of the very low vacancy rate. Did we discuss the vacancy rate?
We didn't, no. We'll just touch on that quickly. 1.2% the vacancy rate is here, so very, very tight market.
For houses, that is, yeah. Okay, great. And so if we look at the property clock, where do you put Bellpost Hill?
Again, as we discussed before, still quite a lot of room for move. So still within that 8 to 9 o'clock range. So, and as I mentioned before, good value uplift in a lot of the properties here as well. So manufacturing some extra value out of your property.
Excellent. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks, James, and I hope you can join us again for the next Suburb Insight.